Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and the Restless official 24 channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Kane is kissed by Lily to promote a new beginning. Is this a complicated, twisted plan? According to spoilers for The Young and the Restless, Lily Winters would kiss Billy Flynn's character Kane Ashby in order to promote a false fresh start. Will Lily's twisted scheme be complicated by genuine feelings? And will her new objective prove to be more challenging than she expected? Lily reassured Devon Winters in Y&R's August 7th episode that a reunion with the Kanes was not possible. Lily pretended that Kane was a monster and ruled out a romantic reunion since she is still dealing with her feelings over Damian Kane's death. Devon was quick to remind out, though, that Kane and Lily used to be completely smitten with one another. Even today, it's clear that Kane and Lily are in love. If Lily follows Victor Newman's most recent suggestion, her rekindled love will be phony. Victor believes Lily is well positioned to persuade Kane to confide in her. Victor encouraged Lily to take advantage of the fact that she might be the only person who can really win Kane's trust in order to obtain important information about his dubious intentions. Lily will need to act as though she is open to giving Kane another chance in order to do that. Lily might be able to gain the information she wants if she can give Kane some optimism about their future together. Naturally, Lily's denial of what's still in her heart is the issue. Even though Kane has changed a lot, Lily can't help but notice the familiar spark between them. Lily's affections for Kane will grow stronger the more time she spends with him. Lily's overconfidence in her abilities to withstand her ex-boyfriend could be putting her in danger. In an attempt to persuade Kane that their new beginning is feasible, Lily might wind up going on a few dates and even sharing a kiss. If memories come flooding back and Lily experiences the same sizzle she once did, that may cause a mess. The Young and the Restless spoilers tease that Lily Winters could find herself in far deeper emotional waters than she ever imagined when Victor Newman's calculated suggestion forces her to confront both her past and her heart. In Y&R's August 7th episode, Lily was adamant with Devon Winters that any notion of a reunion with Kane Ashby was pure fantasy. She painted Kane as a man she could never trust again, a manipulator, a charmer with a history of betrayal and secrets, a reminder of mistakes and heartbreak she swore she'd never repeat. Devon, ever the realist and protective brother, listened but didn't quite buy her conviction, pointing out that once upon a time, Kane wasn't just her husband, he was her great love, the man she risked everything for, the one she could never completely walk away from until circumstances forced her hand. That bond, Devon reminded her, was not easily erased, no matter how much she might wish it so. And he wasn't wrong. There's a history there that is still palpable in every loaded glance, every moment of unspoken tension between them. Privately, Lily's emotions are already in disarray following the chaos of Damian Kane's shocking demise. She's still processing her guilt, anger, and the moral compromises she's had to make, but she uses that turmoil as a shield. By focusing on the monster she believes Kane has become, she convinces herself that any lingering tenderness is just nostalgia and illusion. But Victor sees right through her, recognizing the leverage she represents. In Victor's mind, Lily is uniquely positioned to disarm Kane, to lower his guard and earn his trust in ways no one else could. Theirs was a love that survived countless storms before it finally sank, and that shared history is a weapon Victor fully intends to exploit. If Kane can be coaxed into believing Lily wants a clean slate, he might reveal exactly what Victor needs to take him down. At first, Lily balks at the idea. She tells Victor she's not an actress and that pretending to rekindle a romance with Kane isn't just distasteful, it's dangerous. But Victor is persuasive, laying out the stakes with icy clarity. Kane's recent moves suggest he's positioning himself for something big, something that could threaten far more than just Lily's peace of mind. If she truly wants to protect her family and keep Kane from doing more damage, then she needs to be the bait. Reluctantly, Lily agrees, convincing herself this is just a job, a performance she can control. She tells herself she'll keep her emotions locked away, that she's immune to his charm now, that the man she once loved no longer exists. The plan starts small: a casual run-in at Crimson Lights, a few minutes of awkward small talk, subtle hints that maybe she's been rethinking things. Kane, ever quick to read between the lines, immediately senses something's different. He doesn't pounce, though. He lets her set the pace, knowing full well that with Lily, patience pays off. Their second meeting is at Society, where Lily lets herself laugh at one of his jokes not because it's part of the act, but because it's genuinely funny in that familiar, dry way only he can pull off. She hates herself for it. That night, she tells Devon it's just muscle memory, old habits resurfacing. But deep down, she knows it's more. Victor's next step for Lily is more direct, a public moment of connection to plant the seed in Kane's mind and in Genoa City's rumor mill. A charity gala provides the perfect stage. Lily arrives in a dress that's classic and elegant, but there's an unmistakable sparkle in her eye that Kane hasn't seen in years. They dance, the conversation easy at first, then tinged with memories the first time they met, their wedding, the children they raised. It's dangerous territory, and Lily knows it, but the warmth in Kane's smile and the way his hand fits so naturally at the small of her back make it hard to remember why she's supposed to be here. When the song ends, there's a pause, the kind of pause that stretches just long enough to pull them both into the same dangerous thought. And then it happens. Lily leans in, her lips brushing against Kane's in a kiss that's supposed to be calculated, a prop in the larger game she's playing. But the moment their mouths meet, the plan shatters into something real. The spark is immediate, electric, and all too familiar. For just those few seconds, there's no Victor, no mission, no revenge, just the ghost of a love that never truly died. The problem is, Kane feels it too. He pulls back slightly, searching her eyes for answers she's not ready to give. Is this real? He asks quietly, and Lily forces a smile, telling him it could be, if they both want it. It's exactly what she's supposed to say, the kind of line Victor would applaud, but it feels like a betrayal not to Kane, but to herself. Because somewhere deep down, she's starting to realize she might actually mean it. From there, the game gets more complicated. Kane begins opening up, but not in the ways Victor predicted. Instead of laying out his schemes, he talks about the loneliness he's felt, about how much he regrets the way things ended between them, about the way he's always believed they'd find their way back to each other someday. Lily listens, telling herself it's all part of the act, but the sincerity in his voice cuts through her defenses like nothing else can. She starts to notice the small things, the way he still remembers her coffee order, the way he instinctively shields her from the cold wind as they walk, the way he watches her when he thinks she's not looking. Each gesture chips away at her resolve. Devon notices the shift immediately. He warns Lily that she's playing with fire, that if she's not careful, she'll end up burned in ways even Victor can't fix. Lily pushes back, insisting she's still in control, but privately, she's not so sure. The more time she spends with Kane, the more her mind drifts back to the life they once shared, the dreams they built, the trust they lost but maybe just maybe could rebuild. And that's exactly what makes this plan so dangerous. She's not just faking affection anymore, she's starting to feel it. Victor, of course, is oblivious to the emotional fallout he's created. He's focused solely on the intel, pushing Lily for updates, urging her to dig deeper, to press Kane for details about his recent business dealings. Lily tries to steer the conversations that way, but Kane's no fool. If he suspects a trap, he doesn't show it, instead keeping their interactions light, warm, and steeped in nostalgia. It's a tactic that works better than any counter-interrogation. The more he makes her feel safe, the less she wants to betray him. The turning point comes one rainy evening when Kane shows up at Lily's doorstep, drenched and holding a small, weathered photo of them from years ago. He tells her he found it while cleaning out some boxes and couldn't stop thinking about everything they've been through. It's a simple gesture, but it hits Lily harder than she expects. They sit by the fire, talking for hours, and when he kisses her this time, there's no plan, no audience, no Victor pulling the strings, just two people lost in a moment they both thought was gone forever. By now, Lily's mission is on the brink of collapse. She's no longer sure if she's trying to take Kane down or protect him. The thought of handing Victor anything that could destroy Kane makes her stomach churn, but she also knows what's at stake if she fails Victor's test. Every step forward with Kane feels like a betrayal of someone, Victor, Devon, herself, and the weight of that choice is suffocating. Still, she keeps going, telling herself she can somehow walk this tightrope without falling. The more she kisses him, the more the line between reality and pretense blurs. Memories flood back, the sound of his laughter, the warmth of his hand in hers, the way they used to dream together late into the night. And for the first time in a long time, Lily allows herself to imagine a future where the fresh start isn't fake at all. But if that happens, she'll have to choose, Loyalty to Victor's plan or loyalty to her own heart? In Genoa City, choices like that rarely come without consequences, and Lily's about to learn that sometimes the hardest person to lie to is yourself. Lily wakes the next morning still feeling the phantom weight of Kane's arms around her from the night before. She tells herself it was just a moment to slip, a comfort on a rainy evening, but the ache in her chest says otherwise. She moves through her morning routine in autopilot, pouring coffee, checking her phone, trying to shove the night into a mental box labeled dangerous distractions. But then a text from Victor pops up, status update. Noon at my office. Her stomach knots. She knows what he wants, details, proof she's making progress, but the truth is she has nothing useful to give him. Kane hasn't said a word about any shady dealings, and the thought of digging harder feels more like betrayal now than strategy. By noon, she's sitting across from Victor in his office, his sharp eyes studying her like a chessboard. I trust you've been making progress, he says smoothly, steepling his fingers. Lily forces a smile and recounts their encounters, the charity gala, the late-night talks, carefully omitting the intimacy that's begun creeping in. Victor listens, his expression unreadable, but when she finishes, his tone sharpens. And yet, you haven't delivered a single piece of actionable information. It's not a question, it's a warning. Lily tries to explain that Kane is cautious, that she needs more time to build trust, but Victor's patience is thin. Time is a luxury I don't have. If you can't get him to open up, I'll find someone who can. The implied threat makes her blood run cold. Victor isn't above bringing in another player to push Kane, and that could mean danger for both her and Kane if things spiral. She leaves the office feeling cornered, but instead of heading home, she drives aimlessly, trying to decide her next move. Part of her wants to walk away from the plan entirely, tell Victor she's out. But then she thinks about the bigger picture, the possibility that Kane really is involved in something dangerous, the risk to people she cares about. That's the problem with loving someone who's made bad choices. You can't always separate your heart from the truth. Meanwhile, Kane is wrestling with his own suspicions. The reunion feels too sudden, too convenient. He can't shake the memory of Lily's insistence not so long ago that they were done for good. And now here she is, smiling at him over candlelit dinners, kissing him under the soft glow of street lamps. It could be real. He wants it to be real. But he's not naive, and he's lived long enough to know when someone's trying to get close for a reason. Still, he plays along, partly because he hopes he's wrong, and partly because if Lily is playing a game, he intends to figure out who's pulling her strings. Devon sees the signs before either of them admits it. He's been watching Lily carefully, noting the way her voice softens when she talks about Kane now, the way she dodges questions about Victor's involvement. One evening, he confronts her directly in her apartment. You're in too deep, he tells her, his tone blunt but laced with concern. I can see it, Lily. You started this thinking you could control it, but Kane isn't just some mark. He's your ex-husband. You have history, kids, and feelings you never dealt with. Lily insists she's fine, that she's keeping her emotions separate, but Devon doesn't buy it. Victor's not the kind of man you disappoint. And Kane's not the kind of man you fool without consequences. So which one do you plan on hurting first? The question rattles her because she doesn't have an answer. Over the next few days, Lily keeps her meetings with Kane light, steering clear of anything too probing, but she knows she can't avoid Victor's demands forever. One night, they meet for dinner at his place, a cozy, home-cooked meal that feels dangerously close to domestic. They talk about the past, about their kids, about little moments that still make them both smile. And then, without thinking, Lily reaches across the table to take his hand. It's instinctive, unplanned, and it sparks something in Kane's eyes that makes her heart race. You know, he says softly, for the first time in a long time, I actually believe we could make this work. The sincerity in his voice nearly undoes her. She wants to say she feels the same, but the truth is tangled up in so many lies that she can't bring herself to speak. Later that night, Kane steps out onto his balcony with his phone, making a call Lily can't hear. He's speaking in low tones, but one phrase drifts back through the open door. If she's working with him, I'll find out. The words hit Lily like a punch. She doesn't know if Kane means Victor or someone else, but it's enough to confirm her worst fear. He's suspicious. Back at Newman Enterprises, Victor grows impatient. He calls Lily in again, pressing harder this time. If you can't get him to talk, he says, you may have to create a situation where he has no choice. Lily frowns, asking what he means, and Victor outlines a scenario that makes her stomach turn. A staged crisis, something that would push Kane into revealing his plans or allies. It's risky, and it could backfire in ways Lily doesn't even want to imagine. She leaves the meeting shaken, realizing that Victor's version of playing the long game is far more dangerous than she anticipated. The tension finally breaks one evening when Kane invites her over for a movie. It's simple, low-key, just the two of them on the couch, but the atmosphere is thick with unspoken truths. Halfway through the film, Kane pauses it, turns to face her, and says, I need to ask you something, and I want you to be honest. Are you here because you want to be, or because someone sent you? Lily's breath catches. She could lie, deny everything, but the intensity in his gaze makes her hesitate. I'm here because I wanted to see you, she says, choosing the one truth she can cling to. Kane studies her for a long moment before nodding, though she can't tell if he believes her. After that, things shift. Kane becomes more guarded in conversation but more openly affectionate, a strange contradiction that leaves Lily off balance. Every kiss feels like both a question and an answer, every shared laugh tinged with an edge of uncertainty. Devon warns her again that she's losing control, but Lily's past the point of pulling back easily. She tells herself she can handle both men, that she can satisfy Victor without betraying Kane, but deep down she knows that's impossible. The breaking point comes when Victor gives her an ultimatum: deliver something concrete within 48 hours or he'll move without her. Lily knows that means bringing in someone else, someone who might not care if Kane gets hurt in the process. Panicked, she decides to confront Kane directly. One late night, she shows up at his door, rain pouring down, and tells him they need to talk. Inside, she paces, her nerves frayed. I need to know the truth, Kane. What are you involved in? Who are you working with? Kane stares at her for a long time, then finally says, I could ask you the same thing. The silence that follows is deafening. Slowly, Kane admits that yes, he's been working on a deal, something risky, something he couldn't talk about until it was done. But he insists it's not what she thinks. It's not illegal, it's not dangerous in the way Victor claims. Victor's playing you, Lily, he says, stepping closer. He wants me out of the way, and he's using you to do it. Lily doesn't want to believe it, but a part of her has suspected as much from the start. Kane takes her hands, his voice low and urgent. If you trust me, walk away from him. We can figure this out together. It's the choice Devon warned her about, the one she's been avoiding since the beginning. If she sides with Kane, she risks Victor's wrath. If she sides with Victor, she destroys any chance of rebuilding what she and Kane have rediscovered. Standing there in Kane's living room, with his hands warm around hers, she realizes there's no way to come out of this without losing something or someone she cares about. By the time she leaves that night, Lily hasn't given him an answer. The rain has stopped, but the storm inside her has only grown. She knows Victor will demand her decision soon, and Kane will expect her loyalty even sooner. And as she walks to her car, she can't help but wonder if the kiss that started all of this was the beginning of something beautiful, or the trigger for a disaster she won't be able to stop.